Scores, welcome back, man. Early mornings, late nights, you already know how we do. Underdog story. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Keep supporting the channel. We appreciate the love. We got a lot of sales over the weekend. Some hoodies. Hoodies have been going crazy. Y'all understand the brainwash, the thing elite. Y'all taking advantage of the discount. All you had to do is put Real Hoopers at checkout, 25% off. You already know what we're doing, man. Go to Goals Activewear if you want to be part of the brand. E, what you doing, bro? What's good, man? Everything good over there? Come on, bro. My man got us late. My man said 7 o'clock. He pull up at 6:58. We supposed to been rocking. My man, he don't got his mic on. He don't got nothing going, man. That's the problem with the young generation. They ain't used to this grind. They ain't used to waking up. The old heads, they used to this. I know how to work 14-hour days and still go home and handle business. You know what I mean? E, you on, man? What's going on over there, bro?
Yeah,
what's up?
Everything's good, bro.
Look, he's dropping stuff. Boy, nervous. What's going on, man? You good? Like, he tired. Man, I had a late morning, bro. Yeah, I'm tired, bro. Late morning, it's 7 o'clock. What you think they doing? What do you think? You think the money sleeping? Money ain't sleeping, bro. You supposed to, come on, man. You young. Man, let's get it. Shit, man. Man, it's crazy, bro. People be sending me like the weirdest stuff sometimes. Like, last night someone sent me what started out to be a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar interview on a talk show, a late night talk show. And I'm like, all right, let me listen to this. So I forget the host of the show, but he asked him who's better or who's the GOAT, LeBron and Jordan, you know the whole thing. And then the answer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar answer was AI generated. It's AI generated. It's all, LeBron couldn't be the GOAT because he was crying on his knees, asking for a call against the Celtics we played. And I'm looking at this joint like, people really go out their way to spew hate against that man. Like, it's so crazy that people go through what they go through for the hate of this shit. Like, I was talking to my homie about it, like about why he hate LeBron. He's like, man, I like LeBron until he left. And when he left, that broke my heart, man. That's why I ain't mess with LeBron. And it made me think to myself, why is that so important to everybody? Like, he didn't leave and stay the same, like, jump back seat. He was still the guy. He was still the dude. Like, y'all know basketball is a business? It kills me when people say the old heads wouldn't have left. And I say old heads, I mean like Jordan and all those guys and like Dr. J or whatever. But the problem, what y'all not realizing is that they didn't have a choice. Like, Jordan was on a 7-year rookie contract for $6 million. Then he went on an 8-year contract for $25 million. In 1991, he was the 8th highest paid player in the NBA. But the best player in the NBA. Globalized the NBA brand. He was 8th. He was 8th in earnings. The only way he could have got out of his contract is 3 ways. If the Bulls released him, the Bulls traded him, or he retired. So guess what he did? Yes, right, he retired. Yeah, of course, there's some off the court stuff in there, but he retired. And that's one of the reasons why he retired. And then he came back. He still was on that contract because it's frozen. Still was on that contract, but he didn't have long. He didn't have long, and when he came back, notice they didn't go to the finals. When he went to the finals, you know what he said? Listen, bro, I know them TV ratings dropped, but you want to see me in the finals, bro, you gotta give me some more money. That's when they started paying him $30 million a year, $33 million a year. We're gonna give you Dennis Rodman, make sure we make good on our investment, make sure you always in the finals. Those players back in the day didn't have a choice. One point, Larry Johnson was on a $84 million contract for 12 years. They didn't have a choice. Magic Johnson was on a $25 million contract for 25 years. Lifetime contract, 25 for $25 million. Scottie Pippen won all 6 rings, earning $3 million a year. Just imagine you got a coworker that's doing great, but you help your coworker every day. You help your coworker and assist your coworker. Y'all coworkers. You ain't his assist, y'all coworkers. And he getting paid $10,000 a month, and you getting paid $700 a month. That's what that is. So when y'all be saying, oh man, the old heads wouldn't have did this, they wouldn't have did that, because they couldn't. They didn't have a choice. Man, let's get into some real business, man. Cooper Flagg, everyone's been talking about Cooper Flagg. Everyone's been talking about him playing point guard. And to be honest, I think that's the best position for him. Like, hear me out. When I say I think Cooper Flagg, point guard position is the best one for him, is because what other position would he play? Like, would he play the small forward and give you what you want from the small forward position? Like, he's going to drop buckets, like he's a bucket getter? Nah. Shooting guard, he ain't going to shoot better than Clay, so you're going to question why he ahead of Clay. He don't play better than P.J. Washington to me. So, do you say, okay, Pooh, would you put him at the power forward? Let him rock out the whole time down low? Pause. Nah, he can't. He's not grabbing. He's not doing what Gafford and all those guys doing. So you put him at the point guard. You put him at the point guard not because he's a great point guard or he'll make a good point guard, but because you can take away the attention from his flaws in other areas. See, you see how we all talking about, oh, he's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. Why is he at point? Now you don't got to talk about he's playing small forward and not scoring. Or he's playing small forward, can't guard the other small forwards. Now you don't got to talk about that. You just make it seem like it's all Jason Kidd's fault. What is Jason Kidd doing? So being at a point, I truly believe he should come off the bench. I think he should come off the bench. But it's hard to justify a player coming off the bench who was drafted number 1. And then you got rid of Luka, and Luka over there in L.A. spreading Luka magic. He out there spreading Luka magic, and you a Dallas fan, and you sick because y'all, 4-12, I believe? I think y'all 4-11, something like that. I don't have that in front of me right now. But I think Cooper Flagg being a point guard is the best thing for him. Then I was looking at Ace Bailey last night. Ace Bailey's a good player. He's going to be really good. Honestly, I believe that Utah Jazz should start building around Keontae George, Ace Bailey. They only got one more draft pick. They got one draft pick for the 2026. If you can do that, you can change the culture in Utah. And I see Ace Bailey, I think it's ceiling like 24, 25 points, though. 24, 25 points, unless he goes to like a free-flowing offense like the Atlanta Hawks. I watched the Atlanta Hawks last night. They had like four guys who scored 20 points. You got Lauri Markkanen in there? Lauri Markkanen leads the league in catch and shoot at 11. That means most of the offenses ran through him. Most of the offenses give him the basketball, but he can't create his own shot. So they got to make a lot of plays around him. So Ace Bailey's going to get crumbs. So you got your top draft pick getting crumbs. I think he's a good player, but I just don't. I don't see him flourishing in that system if they keep Laurie marketing, or if he stays in Utah and they try to keep the same boring culture. Like Utah try to keep the culture that provides for their fan base. They want their fan base to what's the word I'm looking for? Like recognize, like identify. They want their culture. They wanted to identify with their fan base. But nonetheless, still a good player. I like Ace Bailey. Chris Paul retires, man. I might need some water for this one. I might need some water and some tissue, man. It's sad out here, man. My guy Chris Paul retires year 21. Retires year 21, and he had a hell of a career. He's one of them players where you always going to consider, although he didn't win a ring, you're always going to consider him a great. And he's not top 20 point guard. He's top 10. I say top 5, top 7 all the time. Just off the top of the head, I'm thinking, he's better than John Stockton to me. He's better than Tony Parker. He's better than. Let's talk about who he's not better than. All right, we're not going to rank him over Steph. We're not going to rank him over Magic. We're not going to rank him over Jason Kidd. And I'm going to say, bro, to be honest, I'm going to really say he's tied up with Russ. I'm going to say Chris Paul like top 5. I get it. I know the rings matter. I didn't get a chance to see the evolution of Isaiah Thomas. I feel like he should be probably ahead of him. I did catch the tail end of his career and, some of the highlights of Isaiah Thomas. But I saw all 21 years of Chris Paul. I saw all 21 years. And don't get me wrong, he had some years in there where I felt like he should have won some championships. But nonetheless, I still think by impact alone, Chris Paul's up there.
Who do you think is better, Chris Paul or Damian Lillard?
As a point guard, I'm going to go Chris Paul. I like Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard can shoot. Damian Lillard can play. Can he run a team? Can he get guys around him better? I didn't see that out of Damian Lillard. I like DeAndre Jordan because of Chris Paul. Where would Blake Griffin's career be if he didn't have Chris Paul? Like, who can you say that for Damian Lillard? Damian Lillard actually, he's a good player, but you can't sit and be like, oh, we wouldn't know X, Y, and Z without knowing Damian Lillard. So that's how I look at point guards. Like I had a good friend of mine, my man Wu, and we played on the same college team. And I remember having a guy in our lineup who was an undersized center, and Wu would make him look good. And it was so obvious. Like you wouldn't have the points you have if it wasn't for him. So that's how I look at Chris Paul. I remember Chris Paul got traded to the OKC Thunder, and I was like, dag, it's over for him. Like they just traded him to the OKC Thunder. Like, what's over there? And they were still making a run in the playoffs. Like Chris Paul, the real deal. Could he have won some championships? Yes. But I still got him top 5. I got Chris Paul top 5, man. My first time seeing Chris Paul was in the All-American game. I remember, the All-American game was buzzing. LeBron James was in the All-American game. A guy from my city, Philly, Mustafa Shakur was in there. And everybody was just eager to see Mustafa Shakur play. And we thought Mustafa Shakur was going to start. And Chris Paul started over him. And I'm like, yo, who this? Who this dude? And sure enough, that's when Chris Paul, the introduction of Chris Paul was had. And then he played with Wake Forest. Everyone knows Julius Hodge is one of my favorite players growing up. I remember he going up against Julius Hodge, gave him that punch to the you-know-what. And then I'm like, yo, this dude was the competitor. Chris Paul was the competitor. I remember he dunked on Dwight Howard. So we gotta give Chris Paul his flowers, man. Shout out to Chris Paul, amazing career. I remember doing a survey. Would you rather have Kyle Lowry's career or Chris Paul? Kyle Lowry has a championship. People are like, nah, I'll take Chris Paul. Now all of a sudden rings don't matter. So that's why I said rings ain't everything when you talk about an actual player. James Harden. James Harden dropped 55 points over the weekend. This generation got the best old heads. Like, I just want, like, we might want to, like, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Like, y'all want to always nitpick because we have the ability to. You got a phone. Oh, let me type this in. He's terrible. But let's be clear. James Harden in his 16th year. Those guys in the 90s, 16th year was cooked. Done. They wasn't dropping 55 points. 55 points, bruh. And then not to mention, their responsibilities and expectations was way lower. Way lower. James Harden, he on the court, you expecting him to ball out. You expecting James to ball out. In his 16th year. It's different. These old heads is the best old heads, man. These unks is the best unks right now, bro. So we gotta put respect on his name, man. Now don't get me wrong. He don't play no defense though. James Harden does not play any defense. And he ain't playing no defense. What the girls say, get someone else to do it. I'm not playing no defense. He'll reach in. He'll reach in a couple times, but he ain't staying in front of you. But, man, shout out to Draymond. Not Draymond, James Harden, man. James Harden is one of the best unks that the NBA have right now. Ja Morant, Klay Thompson, to get into it. Ooh. Who you think will win that fight, E? Ja and Klay Thompson. Who you think got the better hands?
Give me Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson? Nah. You know what, Klay Thompson, you might be right. On some old heads, like Klay Thompson he probably put the gloves on a few times in his life. You know what I mean? He probably did some of the boxing fitness classes. You know, I can't admit, Ja Morant, you one of them YNs. He ain't doing all that. He ain't doing all that. I like Klay Thompson in that too. Klay Thompson choke him up. Like Klay Thompson got grown man strength right now. You know what I mean? Like Ja Morant, grown man strength ain't kicking yet. Like, you know, he a grown man with his. But it's not a good look though. It's not a good look for Ja. Nah. Like arguing with Klay Thompson? Like you pointing your finger in his face and all that extra stuff? Nah, that ain't a good look for him, bro. Like you gotta think about this, bro. Buddy been Buddy been off the court, nothing but controversial stuff. Suspensions. Last month, it was arguing with one of the coaches. This month, it's I'm about to fight Klay Thompson. Like, bro, like, I don't think people understand that NBA is a business. They'll give you chances as long as you can make them some money. But the moment you can't make them any money, like, so if Ja Morant tear an ACL and then he's not explosive Ja Morant no more, they're going to treat you, they're going to remember all this stuff right here. They're not going to have no mercy. Because now you're not even that guy who going to want you on their bench. Who going to want that issue with you? Because you already know how it goes. Like, once you get injured, you bored. You bored. So they're going to be like, dog, I don't want this dude on my bench. He probably going to be bored, messing around with his friends, doing anything. We already know what he'd like to get into. Nah, we can't do that. So it's just not a good look for him, man. And Klay Thompson don't bother anybody. Klay Thompson don't bother nobody. He chilling. Klay Thompson is chilling, man. And the fact that you out here bothering that man, leave that boy alone, man. Ja, come on, bro. We got to get you back on the court. No. Where's Ja from? North Carolina. Where's Ja Morant from? Where you from? Because he might need to go far. We might have to put him in the Bonies. South Carolina. I mean, he down. I want to say we got to get him out of his element, but damn, anywhere else, it'd be like too much fun. Like, yeah, I mean, them country boys, they get out of the country, don't know how to act. You put them like the Clippers or something. Oh my God, like, jeez, we gotta get Ja Morant a girlfriend or something. Like, relax, bro. He got too much energy. You put it in the wrong places, man. Speaking of another beef, Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin been at it. Man. Who you like in that fight? Draymond, Kenyon. Yeah, who you like in that?
Give me Draymond right now. If it was younger Kenyon, I would pick Kenyon, but
what?
A little older.
Yeah. Listen, this ain't no disrespect to Draymond. I mean, but let's be clear. Let's be clear. When I see bullies, I look at their resume. I like to see who they bully. Draymond be picking on foreigners. He picked on that young kid, Jordan Poole. And you could tell Draymond protected. Like, how y'all get rid of Jordan Poole and keep Draymond, but Jordan Poole was a big reason y'all won a championship in that 2022. And he younger. He was a big piece, but at the end of the day, he was an old piece. You know what I'm saying? No, like, they needed him. They needed Jordan Poole, too. Jordan Poole got way more upside. He not. Now, Jordan Poole ain't doing as great after the Warriors, but at the same time, I understand that. A real hooper can understand that because he's not in the same systems now. You know what I'm saying? The attention is not taken off of him while playing alongside a Steph and a Clay. You know what I mean? Or a Steph. Excuse me. So for me, it's more so like he had a better upside. But again, though, going back to Draymond, it was more about, like, when I look at his resume of people he bullied, I'm not impressed. Like, I ain't never hearing about him, like, getting into it with a big dog. I've been on teams where guys, like, think they tough. And I'm not going, I believe that was tough, right? But I wasn't like a bully, though. I was just one of them guys like, you're not about to bully me. So I had a guy on my team, he was bullying everybody. And I would watch it. Like, he was bullying everybody. And when you got a guy on your team, like, listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing about bullies, right? When you have a bully on your team, they always going. They got to make their rounds. They got you next at some point. So I already knew this bully, he was coming for me at one day. He because they got to try everybody, right? But he tried the wrong dude. You know what I mean? We had an issue. Let's step outside, bro. Let's step outside. Let's make this happen. Because my thing was, when I went outside, I just wanted to show my teammates he wasn't that tough. So my point in saying this story is, when you got a bully, they got to make their rounds, and there's always going to be a tough guy. You got Jimmy Butler on your team right now. Let me see that. Cause y'all gotta, you punch Jordan Poole in the face, no problem. So at some point, a bully got to make their rounds. They got to test the water. I mean, I have more evidence to say he is than he not. Yeah, you don't think he pick on these guys? You don't think stepping on Sabonis' chest wasn't pick? You don't think putting Rudy Gobert in the chokehold wasn't picking on him? Nah, bro. When you got bullies, bro. Nah, clumsy. He put him in a chokehold, and Rudy was just breaking up a fight.
Yeah, because it's like, it's Rudy, though.
Yeah, nah, he was just picking. He knew dude from France. Let me go pick on him. He got all my Defensive Player of the Year awards. Now let me show who balls.
He went out Wemby, too.
Wemby from France.
But Wemby did back down.
That's what I'm saying though. I want to see you do that to one of these YNs from North Carolina.
It's more like
So
it's more like short. Like, you smell blood in the water.
yeah, that's a bully. That's a bully.
That's competitive.
Nah, you putting your hands on people. You talking crazy to people the whole game, and man, what nah, stop it. And let me see you do that. You ain't do that to Garnett and nobody. When they was in the league, you ain't do that. Let me see you do that to Kenyon Martin in the league. Kenyon Martin used to talk like everybody else. He plays your position. You ran into him. Kevin Garnett, you ran into him. You got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler he a tough guy. Al Horford, you got Al Horford. I know y'all got some elbows going on in practice at one point.
Because a competitor.
All right, listen. If you a competitor and you a bully at the same time,
I don't think
you're a bully.
No.
I know for a fact that you've been in some situations in a box out drill, rebounding drill. Al Horford hit you in the nose with his elbow.
Yeah.
You ain't do nothing.
Nah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when y'all, I think it is overhyped. I think he overhyped. Then I'm looking at the argument. Draymond Green argument with Kenyon Martin is, I got more rings than you. You disappointed everyone. No. Like this is what I mean by ring cultures messing up basketball conversations. Yes, you were a main piece to the championships, but you wasn't the main piece to the championships. Let's be clear, right? We know how. Like, see, this is why I say this is a real Hooper show. Because be clear, you may say, who would you rather take player-wise now, Kenyon Martin or Draymond Green? Who would you rather take? You're picking two power forwards. Why would you take Draymond?
It just depends what you want to take. If I got a shooter like Steph Curry.
All right, you took Draymond. What you think you needed? All right, exactly. If you had a shooter like Steph Curry, you won't have a shooter like Steph Curry. You know why? Because Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. So you won't have another shooter like Steph Curry. So therefore, if Draymond didn't play with Steph Curry, he would not be a top guy. He probably wouldn't have lasted in the league for 14 years.
See, that's not fair to say.
That's very fair. His whole career is wrapped around that. Think about it. He's an all-star. His best year he ever played was 14 points. That's his best year. 14 points, and anytime he averaged 10 rebounds or close to 10 rebounds, he didn't average 10 points.
I mean, he's not going to be a main piece.
That's what I'm saying. So you put him in Charlotte. Let's say his first 6 years in Charlotte. What's his career like? Done.
It's up to the coach. Because look, Draymond's the type of player he's like a Jokic. You're not going to see.
Jokic?
Yeah.
Heck no, bro. Jokic is dropping 55 points.
I'm saying like
13 rebounds, 9 assists. There's no Draymond that can score a 20 points night in and night out on an 82-game season. He barely did that at Michigan State.
I'm not saying he's gonna do that. I'm saying you gotta see that in the player. It's up to the coach to see that in the player. It's up to the system. That's what
I'm telling you. He a system player. He's not a free player. Guy like Kenyon Martin averaged 16 points in the league. He averaged double digits in points six times in the league. Like Kenyon Martin was the number one pick. The number one pick. Like when we talking player, Draymond was the number 35th pick. Like we just talking player. We not talking. If you remove Draymond off the Warriors, you don't have the same player. There's no way you can because his play was based around two of the greatest shooters of all time. Then one of the greatest scorers of all time. You can't have the same play. Like, he hasn't played as well as he played in 2016 since. So when you talk about it, like, he only, out of 14 years, he only scored average double digits in points 4 times. Kenyon Martin, most of his career he was injured. He only played 3 years where he played over 70 games out of 15. The last 7 seasons, he didn't play over 60 games. So when I think about this is why I say real hooper shit. Because real hoopers understand abilities. Kenyon Martin he played like a power forward. He gonna jump high, he gonna run the court, he gonna dunk on you, gonna talk crazy, he gonna grab rebounds. That's what you want. You can and people depended on him to score. People depended on him to score when he was healthy. Nobody ever depended on Draymond to score. Draymond definitely dropped some points. You may say, "Oh, well, he dropped 28 points in 2016 against the Cavs in this Game 7." Well, somebody got to score the points, right? If I'm a coach in that game, if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose to Draymond than lose to Steph and Clay. Klay Thompson had 14 points. Steph had 17 on 17 shots or 19 shots. I like that. And Draymond had 28. Great. We should have given him 30. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like Draymond is good, but if I had to take a player, I'm taking Kenyon Martin. I'm taking Kenyon Martin all day. 6'9", explosive. You know what he's doing in Cincinnati? Come on, bro. Rookie of the year? Come on, bro. Khalid Love. You know, he had 26 points. I thought I put him on my paper or put him in my notes because I thought he was going to do good the next game. You know, I like the underdog story. He had 26 versus the Warriors. But then he had 8 against the Thunder. 5. He had 5 before he had 26. I thought it was like, you know, he about to show off. But nope. Nah. That wasn't it. You gotta do it again, Khalid. You gotta do it again, bro. Caleb, my bad. Caleb, you gotta do that again, bro. You gotta do it again. But this is a skill era, man. This is a skill era. A guy can drop 27 points one night and then drop 8 points the next, and he'll drop 8 points because somebody else on his team in the same position as him coming off the bench drop 30. You know what I mean? That's how this league is now, bro. And this league, today's league is for the real hoopers. Like, if you gotta really love basketball to understand this shit. You really gotta love basketball. Because you're not tuning in and getting the same player scoring the same points every night. Not even taking the same shots. Like, everyone knows this. One of my favorite players is Allen Iverson. And Allen Iverson, I knew I was going to get 30 shots out of him. I knew he was going to give me 30 shots. Make or miss, there's going to be some entertaining shots. Now, a guy like Zach LaVine, really good player. But some nights he might show up and be like, you know, I only want to shoot 8 times. Bro. And that's the league we in. That doesn't make it weak. To me, that makes it skilled. That makes, like, not that mentality, but it makes it skilled that these guys can actually defer their scoring responsibilities throughout 8-9 guys. Let's get into the games last night. Speaking of Portland, they played OKC and got washed. OKC 122-95. This is the 7th game this year where OKC has won by 30 points. 7th game. You can't tell me they not on the way to the championship again, to the finals again. Shea averages, right now, SGA averages 32 points in 33 minutes. He barely playing in the fourth. You see him with a fourth. You know how they do. They be talking with the towel on his mouth. Yeah, Yeah, we about to go to the club after this. Yeah, don't even worry about that shit, man. Oh, we still in the game. Like, they chilling. They chilling. They look like, I mean, listen, I like the way OKC played. They 12 players. They got 12 players who can score. They all having fun. They all celebrating them. AJ Mitchell had 20 points off the bench. Shea had 37 points in 30 minutes last night. 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Like, and were they 19-1, 17 and something like that, 18, 19-1? Come on, bro. They just on another stratosphere right now, man. 17-1? Yeah, man. They looking too good. What if they go 81-1? You don't think it's possible for them to go 81-1? They playing the best defense. All right. So 74-8. You don't think they get 70 wins? You bugging. I think they get 70 wins this year. Yeah, they won't get 70, bro. I mean, dude, the way it looks now, like if nobody get injured, like shit, they got an all-star injured. Come on, bro. You bugging. They might get there, man. Portland's a team I wish just, sometimes I walk my dog. I think about Portland, the Trailblazers. And I think about how I wish they would just stop shooting threes. Like, I just wish they should just stop shooting threes. 26% from three last night. 37% from the field. 37% from the field. They're 7-10 right now. Damian Lillard and Drew Holiday still out. Do Damian Lillard really want to come back to this? Drew Holiday, come on, bro. Drew, you don't want to mess up your stats suiting up for these guys. But yeah, that's all. Jeremy Grant had 21 points, hooray. But other than that, I mean, it's a bad game. 95 points in today's NBA. OKC had 122 points, and it was points to the game where it was more. The margin was wider than that because at some point they take their foot off the gas. Like OKC might just be like, you know what, we all shooting threes and start clinking at the end, and then the Blazers get some garbage points. But Blazers not a team that we should worry about. We should be worried about these Lakers though. Lakers versus Utah for the second time in 1 week. I hate that type of schedule. You just played Utah. Your last game was against Utah. Why are you playing Utah 2 times in a row? No, bro, that's weak. That's corny, bro. Like, I mean, if it's the playoffs, sure, but you got other teams I want to see them play against. But they look good. They building their chemistry. Once their chemistry is on point, it's going to be a different ball game. Once they get their chemistry right.
DeAndre Ayton's out. I think he went out last night with a knee contusion.
Yeah, he had like 2 points or something like that. He only played like 13 minutes.
What do you think Jackson Hayes is going to fill that spot?
Jackson Hayes is a good energy guy, but
you think they need someone to fill that spot?
They need. I mean, they don't need Jackson Hayes to do what Ayton was doing when it comes to points. They just need him to be an energy guy. Like, you got good enough pieces that can pick up the slack. Like, when people talk about the NBA, they talk about it as if it's like high school, right? Like, on your high school team, somebody drop off, we cooked. We got to put the 9th guy in. We don't have too many big men. We got to put the next big. Our big man on my high school team is 6'7". I get it, yeah. I don't know why do we go always to 6'7"? I don't know why we do that. But then the next guy off the bench, your next center is like 6'3". That's a big drop. In the NBA, especially like the Lakers, DeAndre Ayton can't play. All right, cool. We got Luka who can go score 30. We got Austin Reeves. We got Hachimura. We got Bron. Like, we got so many pieces that can just pick up the slack in a collective, as a collective. So he will be missed, but he ain't gonna miss that much. You know what I mean? So I think rest up, get better. But I think they're good. I think the chemistry good. I just don't want y'all moving the goalpost on LeBron, though. Don't move the goalpost, man. Y'all want him to be a third guy. Don't start saying he need to be the second guy. He needs to step up. He should be. How you gonna consider him the GOAT? I don't want to hear that. Let him be the third guy. Let Luka Magic work. Let your boy AK-15 or AK-15 do his thing. Let him do his thing. I mean I said AK. AR-15. My bad. AR-15 do his thing. I was watching Bron play. Some of his buckets came from just post-ups, like just bullying guys. And it made me think about this clip I did last week about the bag, how deep the bag got to be. When you that big, that strong, pause, you don't, not to say you don't need it, but you probably won't see it as a fan every night because I got Keontae George on me on the switch. I'm posting this up. Very simple. I don't need to fade away. I don't need to pump fake. I don't need to step through, step back, reverse pivot. Wait, I don't need that. I just need bully ball. Bully ball. Get your little ass off me. Get in the weight room. I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? But again, the Lakers looking good, bro. Luka had 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. But them 6 turnovers is nasty, Luke. Nasty. Austin Reeves had 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Bron had 17, 6, and 8. Something light. What'd he do? Something light. You know what I'm saying? The shoulder shrug. Utah, like I was saying about Utah, we was talking about this last week. They might need to get rid of Lauri Markkanen. Build around Keontae George. He had 27 last night, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. He's been balling. He's been looking like he want to be a leader. But they can change the culture. They can change the culture in Utah. Put some young guys over there. Turn it up. Turn them Mormons up. You know what I'm saying? Turn them up. Because like Lauri they got to run the whole offense through him. So just get him out of here. Put them on, like you said, the Spurs. Put Lauri Markkanen on the Spurs. Good catch and shoot guy. Really good catch and shoot guy. Lauri Markkanen had 20.7 rebounds, 2 assists last night. Not a bad night for him, of course. But I like Keontae George upside. Keep that kid over there, man. People will get excited when you start seeing people come to the game with braids. You know they locked in. They locked in. Cavs versus the Clippers. I'm watching Donovan Mitchell, or not Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland. Excuse me. Not even just watching those two. I'm watching like James Harden. And I'm thinking like, damn, when James Harden retired, will we look at him as a point guard or shooting guard? Because he's been playing point guard for the last 5 years. What were you looking at him as?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard?
Yeah.
Do you think the game allows traditional guards to flourish? Like pass first guards?
Yeah, but you also got to be able to score, too.
That's what I'm saying. In the 90s, like, Avery Johnson won the championship shooting 5 times a game.
What team was he on?
The Spurs with Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
But, I mean, there you got Tim Duncan, David Robinson back there.
But now you got a bunch. You got look like Zubac last night had 33 points. 18 rebounds. Kawhi Leonard had 20 points in 26 minutes. That would have been enough in the 90s. That lineup right there would have been enough. Not Draymond. Harden just scored 55 points the other night. Avery Johnson would have never been able to do that. Now you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about guys like Terrell Brand and
Harden was a 2 guard who went to a point guard, so he still has.
But you gotta think about his competition. You're right. He is a shooting guard in my eyes too. But Steph averaged 32 points as a point guard. Shea averaged 32 points as a point guard. Luka averaged damn near 40 as a point guard. I don't think the game allows the traditional point guard anymore. I don't think Michael Conley is a traditional point guard. I think that's the reason why they don't win. They don't get over the hump because they got one player out there who won't beat anybody off the dribble to create his own shot most of the time. He can hit shots now. He can hit set shots for sure. He got great wisdom for sure. But those type of players should be coming off the bench for you, just to get the scoring load some rest. Chris Paul averaged like 19 points before 20. Like he averaged like before like he got old. Like his thing was like 19 points, 20 points. He was same thing like Kyle Lowry, all those guys.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I just don't think it allows it no more, man. Kawhi Leonard was back. Well, he been back. Man, if you can get Kawhi playing over 60 games, that's a good year for him. 60 games. Kawhi's only played, his last time he played 70 games was 2016. 2016, Kawhi played 70 games plus.
Yeah.
He got close in 2023 and 24. He actually had 68 games. So he was close. He was close, but he's a guy you can't depend on. He's just not dependable. Kawhi, James Harden, no fault. But I like Kawhi's game though. Like he has no wasted motion in his shot, no wasted motion in his movement, man. But we'll see. We'll see. The Clippers, they lost Bradley Beal. They still got Kawhi. They losing Chris Paul. Chris Paul retiring. He said, man, listen, I ain't sitting the damn bench. Y'all ain't going to have me sitting. But it makes sense, though. Chris Paul lives out here in L.A. It makes sense. It makes sense for him to retire here.
You don't think his play also, it's time for him to retire off his play?
I just think, like I was talking about this earlier, I just think we underestimate how grueling it is to actually like prepare for an NBA season. It's hard on the body. Hard on the body. All that running and jumping and traveling, and you 40 years old, your kids getting older, you know, you're not the main guy, you getting lowballed on the contracts. It's time to go. I'm pretty sure you're going to see him again playing basketball, but he probably won't play on his own terms. Like you catch him at a run out. You know, you probably catch him at somebody's private run out here. You probably do it every Saturday or something like that. But he don't want to do it for 82 games. 2 practices a day and all that shit. Nah, got to work out, train, and all that. He ain't trying to do that.
How about you hear how if the Clippers are a tanking team, OKC might get a top pick because OKC owns the Clippers pick this year. So what you think about that? You think the Clippers are going to be able to dig themselves the hole?
Do I think the Clippers going to do what?
You think the Clippers are going to be able to dig themselves out of a hole? Currently,
No.
they're 12th in the West. 5-12.
What Kawhi Leonard going to do, he's going to go down for another injury if they get too far out of place. James Harden going to be out there fighting for his life. Chris Paul, he played 17 minutes, 1 shot, 5 assists. You can expect that for the rest of the season. I don't know if they're going to tank, though. I don't know if they're going to intentionally, purposely tank. But can they climb themselves out of the hole? No. I don't see Zubac looked good. He last of a dying breed. 33 points, 18 rebounds. Guy who wanted to play center. James Harden, 19 points, 6 assists. Kawhi, if he can stay healthy, can always score. But for the most part, they got rid of some key pieces. Look at Norman Powell over there. You know what I mean? Guys who can actually take the scoring load off James Harden. But no, I don't think they're not gonna get better. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get better. And the reason why I say that is because it's not like they got like new, young, fresh players. They got the same players from last year and older. So it's just like, we're not gonna get it. Cavaliers, my boy Spider had 37 points, shot 55% from the field and 55% from three and 63% from the field. I like the Cavs. They got a lot of pieces. They shot well last night, 52%, 37 from three. I mean, they got a complete team. They got 11. They had 11 guys scoring. 11 guys scored for them last night. Complete team. Evan Mobley had 18 and 10, and DeAndre Hunter had 17 points. They had like 3 assists, 4 rebounds, something like that. But they looking good. They still top in the East to me. They right below Detroit. My Sixers is out of there. I don't like the way they're playing, bro. I'll get to that later. Charlotte Hornets played against the Hawks. Charlotte played against the goddamn Hawks. Charlotte is bad, bro. I watched that game. It was a close game for the most part. Charlotte is not that good. And the reason why they're not that good, they just got immaturity. Like, they got a chance to tie the game up. Kneppel had 26 points. He's your best shooter on the court. Kneppel tried to go to the hole and got stripped by Alexander. But then they went away from him. So then Sexton come down. He tried to post up. He dribbled all the way down, went from the right side of the court to the left side of the court, didn't pass the ball, tried to post up one-on-one, and missed the shot. They still got a chance. Still got a chance. Who takes the shot? Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges catches the ball, 4 seconds on the clock, dribbles to his right, jumps into a defender, airball. Game winner, airball. Never went back to their main guy. Didn't run a set, didn't come off no plays, no nothing. And I don't know, man. They just not a good team. They just not good, man. And I just don't, some people always like, they got to get LaMelo out of there. No, they don't. LaMelo deserves to be right where he at. He deserves it. He doesn't play. He's always injured. You're going to put him on another team and be like, oh, we got LaMelo. And he gets there and you're like, oh, he's injured. Oh, he's injured. He got his jersey, though. Like, keep your ass in Buzz City, brother. Keep your ass down there. The Hawks play well too. I like the Hawks. I meant to continue about Miles Bridges and how bad Colin Sexton played. Miles Bridges had 21 points on 21 shots. Sexton had 22 points, 16 shots. Just not good. But anyway, going back to the Hawks. You could tell they enjoyed playing with each other. They play hard. They have 4 guys over 20. They shoot about 50% from the field. And they shot 39% from 3 last night. They're a shaky 3-point team. That's another team. Stop shooting threes. Stop it. Your bread and butter is in that field goal range. But they looking good. They're 11-7 right now. They look like they can be a playoff team. They're a playoff team. But why nobody never asked this question? What Trey Young gonna do when he get back in the lineup? Because they winning without him. And Dyson Daniels leading. He a lead leader in steals. He had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists last night. Alexander Walker, 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. He averaged 19 this year. Big jump. That's what it looked like. Jalen Johnson, same thing, 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. He averaged 22, 9, and 6 this year. What Trae Young going to do? Where does Trae Young fit in?
He's obviously gonna elevate the team. He's gonna elevate the team.
Bro, he has the ball. He's going to need the ball a lot. You got somebody on your team. Averaging 22 points.
Who's the next best ball handler on that team?
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, he a forward, isn't he?
Alexander Walker.
Nah, I don't want to.
Dyson Daniels.
You rather have the ball in their hands than Trae Young's hands?
Not rather, but you just said who's the next best ball handler as if they didn't have another ball handler.
Yeah.
Like they got a bunch of them.
That's what I'm saying though. You take away Trae Young, now you're relying on one of them to create the offense.
They've been doing it. They were 11-7.
Yeah, but they're beating like they've been doing it. But you got someone who can create for them. It's gonna be even better.
That's if you want to be that person. Like again, the league doesn't care for the traditional point guard no more.
But he
can shoot.
Yeah, he averages around the 10, 12 assist range.
Right. Also average around losing too. Like
No.
like the hell.
He could win too.
Nah.
He's been to the conference finals.
Was that 2019?
That was in the 20s. I'll say 21.
Was it? No, I
22.
think that was like 2018, 2019. He went to the conference finals.
No, because they remember they played the Bucks.
Yeah, that was like 2000. Oh, that was like 2020, 21. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. We'll see what he does. But the Hawks, they won that game last night against the Charlotte Hornets. Listen, Charlotte, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all have a reputation now of being the most unserious team ever.
You don't think the issue with Charlotte is also the culture, the coaching behind
I mean,
the
yeah,
scenes?
the coaches look like the coaches over in Charlotte look like they hang out with the players. Like they all look like they hang out, like they all homies. Like that's what I'm saying. Unserious down there. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. The Heat versus Philly. Norman Powell. I see the Ben Gordon comparison. I see it. I see it. I do see it. Especially with the T-shirt on under the jersey. He getting busy. Norman Powell, he said, "This is what it looks like when you pay me. This is what it looks like when you pay me." I like his new role. They're a competitive playoff though. The Heat is a competitive playoff team. I like the guy Khalil Ware. He's always active, proving his shot from the 3-point land. And they play fast. The Heat is number one in pace. We get about 105 possessions and scoring average is about 24 points. They get busy. They not playing around. Those dudes not playing.
Nah, what about Tyler Hero? What you think how you think Tyler Hero's gonna contribute to the team when he comes
Now,
back?
see, that's the thing. He's going to actually do good because he can be a catch and shoot guy. So that's not Trae Young game. Like Trae Young game is not a catch and shoot guy. He's a off the dribble guy. He's a off the screen guy. He's a snake around the screen, seal him, and then go attack. Tyler Hero doesn't need to do that. He can catch it off Josh Powell. He can catch it off the baseline drop. He can catch it off the crackback, all that stuff. So it's like Tyler Hero might be in a better situation. And I think we'd be okay with him scoring like 15, 16 points a game. I don't know how much we'd be okay with Trae Young scoring that. That's just my opinion. Bam Adebayo, 18 points, 13 rebounds. Ware had 20 points, 16 rebounds. Norman Powell had 32 points, shot at 57% from three, 61% from the field. Shot 11 for 18. And Jamie Jaquez Jr. Jamie Jaquez Jr. 22.7 assists off the bench. He the only Mexican in the NBA. How you feel about that? I mean, you from LA. A lot of LA people, y'all just eat a lot of tacos. Do y'all celebrate my man Jaquez? Was it Jaquez? Jamie Jaquez? I mean, y'all celebrate the culture. Y'all might as well be. Ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm just making some fun. Boy, yep. I looked at it. I was like, oh, he's only Mexican. We don't talk about that. He's from right here from Irvine, California. I like it. Philly. My Philly. I mean, earlier on, man, I was a little hype on the Sixers. I thought they'd finish. I still think they could finish top 5, but I was like top 3. But Maxey got to know when to turn it on and turn it off. Pause. He got to know when to slow it down a little bit. Too many bad shots. He's the Sixers number 1 in blocks. They can play some defense, but they just play bad offense. Last night they was missing VJ Edgecombe and Joel Embiid, of course. But they got time. They got time to grow and be a better team and build the chemistry. But they got time. You gotta be patient with them, like you gotta be with everybody else. Maxey, 27 points, 6 assists. Trendon Watford, he had 19, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Paul George, 10 points. I like the 10 points, but I don't like it took him 10 shots to get them. 30%. Andre Drummond, 14 points, 24 rebounds. 14 points, 24 rebounds. He was looking like the Andre Drummond from 2017. Andre Drummond, 2017, 15 points, 16 rebounds. He was on a different type of time. And Jared McCain had 15 points. Welcome back, my guy. Welcome back. So I think that's what you can expect out of him. Anywhere between 15 and 20 is good for him. Next game, Spurs versus Suns, man. Spurs. They shot 29% from 3 last night. It wasn't a good night for them. But De'Aaron Fox does his best to to keep his team in it. He's just relentless. They're 11-5 right now, and they're still missing Wemby and Dylan Harper. De'Aaron Fox had 26 points, shot 16 free throws. Is he a free throw merchant? No. Right now, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 23 points and 6 assists, 3 points under Wemby. So once Wemby get back, they're gonna be nice. Dylan Brooks had 25 for the Suns. His confidence is riding high. He shot 12 threes last night. Shot 12 threes. Devin Booker had 24. No Jalen Green. Still not sold on them yet. I don't know where they're going to be. I don't know if it's another miss year out of the playoffs. But I like the guards. Colin Gillespie. I like his game. Nice. He's traditional. Coming off the bench. That's what a traditional player come off the bench nowadays. Come off the bench nowadays. Next game, Boston versus Orlando. I'm tired of seeing Boston, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They won though.
They won them 138-29. 138-129. Beat the Orlando Magic. Jalen had 35 points. He was balling. Pritchard had 19 and 8. Anthony Simons, 23 points, 57% from the field, and 57% from 3, 72 from the field. You're talking about they had a good balance of scoring too. They had a good balance of scoring. I believe 10 guys scored points. It was a good balance. Magic had Desmond Bain with 18, Anthony Black with 14, Franz Wagner with 15, and Jetty Howard had 30 points off the bench, 7 rebounds. NBA got too much skills, bro. It's too much skills. Like, just imagine. Like, I don't remember the NBA being like this in the 90s, where somebody just come off the bench and drop 30 off the bench. Yeah. You had that many. They gave you that many shots. 30. Your coach allowed you to do that. It's wild, bro. But they want to argue with me all day. Oh, the NBA weak and soft. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. But you got people coming off the bench averaging 30 or getting 30. Come on, man. Brooklyn Nets versus the Raptors, man. Brooklyn Nets versus the Raptors. I said this before. MPJ is the only one playing the championship. Like he's still playing as if he's with the Denver Nuggets. He had 25 points last night. Tyrese Martin, 26 points. Noah Clowney, 22 points. Not bad. It's not bad. They still lost. I think they only won like one game this year. But you expect? I expect that out of them. I ran past this clip earlier today where MPJ, they talk about his brothers. You know about his brothers?
Just like Javante.
So obviously Javante is banned from the NBA for betting on himself. He had another brother who a younger brother. His youngest brother was caught up in a DUI. Another brother was caught up and hit a lady and killed her. He doing 6 years in jail now. They don't talk about that. All of them play basketball. One went to Pepperdine, they all play basketball. Always Division I players. They don't talk about it, man. Raptors, everyone contributed. They had about 12 points and up. They record 12-5 right now. They're shooting 50% from three, 46% from the field. They looking better every time I see them. At first, I was like, oh, the Raptors is one of those teams who you can take your girl to. You can take your girl, go see them because the ticket's going to be cheap because they're not that good. I lied, man. They kind of good. They kind of good. You got to pick another team. Wizards. The Nets. Pick another team. You want to take your girl to the game, take her to a Nets game. Don't cost you nothing. There you have it, man. That was all the games tonight. Man. Who we got? Or last night, excuse me. That's all the games last night. Let's see what we got tonight. What we got tonight, man? We got to wrap this up.
You got Detroit at Indiana.
Detroit at Indiana. I got Detroit winning that. Go.
Cleveland, Cavs versus Raptors.
Cavs versus Raptors. Cavs will win that.
And Mavs at Heat.
Mavs at Heat. I think the Heat win that. They play too fast.
Knicks versus Nets.
Knicks versus the Nets. The Nets can't win a game. So I'm going to go with the Knicks.
Blazers versus Bucks.
Blazers versus the Bucks. You know that boy Roland, he nice. I'm rocking with him.
Oh, yeah. Nuggets versus
Bucks.
Grizzlies.
I'm going with the Bucks. My bad. Go ahead.
Nuggets versus Grizzlies.
Nuggets versus Grizzlies. Oh, yeah, we're going with the Nuggets.
You are Bulls versus Pelicans.
The Bulls versus the Pelicans. That might be a decent game. It might be a decent game. They got some hungry guys down there, but the Bulls, they've been playing with some maturity. So I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Rockets versus Suns.
Rockets. That's gonna be. Yeah, but I think KD is out though.
Okay,
but I'm still gonna go with the Rockets.
Jazz versus Warriors.
The Warriors, for sure. Yeah.
Timberwolves versus Kings.
Man. I'm gonna pick underdog. Kings.
So Kings.
From Kings.
That's
it?
Games. Yep, that's all I get tonight.
All right, man. Hey, make sure y'all go cop some of these hoodies, man. What we doing? Go cop the hoodies. Go to Goals Activewear. GoalsActivewear.com. Use code RealHoopers at checkout. Receive 25% off. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And make sure y'all tune in on Wednesday, same time, 7 a.m. And we locked in, man. We your guys. Welcome to Score Society.